Well, newly released video shows the arrest of the suspect in this week's mass shooting in New Albany. Bruce Foster III is charged in a warehouse shooting that killed 2 people and wounded 4 others at the KD1 facility. We thank you for joining us. For NBC4 at 5, I'm Jennifer Bullock.
I'm Jared Smalley. Foster is in jail, held on a $20 million bond. We do have team coverage on this tonight. We will begin with NBC4's Samantha Bender, standing by with details on the police report about this incident. Samantha?
Yeah, so the process to legally purchase a gun begins with this form right here, which I'm told Bruce Foster must have filled out. Now, gun store owner Eric Delbert says while Foster didn't buy the gun from his store, he would have had to fill this form out.
Delbert tells me the form must be completed at gun stores nationwide.
The form then is put into the FBI NICS system, and we wait for a instant background check.
But Delbert believes there are huge flaws in the system. It's only as good as the information put in.
We've had some horror stories around here on stuff where stuff went out the door or was close to going out the door, and we found out 11th hour through our own means. I mean, not through the system that guy's a felon or something was going on, and so the system needs to do better.
In the 43-page police report, statements from witnesses and victims reveal Foster started firing at people along a production line around shift change, including one victim who was shot point blank in the head.
There's so many employees coming in at one time. The shift changes were sometimes a little chaotic in that area. People are coming in, coming out.
Leading up to the shooting, a victim stated Foster was walking awkwardly with robotic-like movements. That same victim fought the pistol out of Bruce Foster's hands. The report states the gun was discharged while it was pointed at the left side of his head while he was fighting Bruce. Another employee stated she believed Foster arrived at work intoxicated and smelling of marijuana. The ATF 4473 form asks about an individual's mental health history and drug use.
It would be interesting to find out how he checked his 4473 at the time, because it was just simply late last year, and the chances of him taking up the habit in the last couple of weeks is probably slim. So did he lie on the federal form and say that he wasn't a user of a narcotic when indeed he was?
Delbert, who's also a police officer, says Foster's case isn't like most he sees.
Sometimes you see in these cases a long list of a background and you say, man, if we could have done something here, could it have prevented it? And that wasn't the case in this circumstance.
Another coworker told police he heard a rumor that Foster was going to be fired because he was not in the right state of mind. A victim at Grant Medical Center stated Foster was acting normal at the beginning of his shift and had never mentioned doing anything like that before.
All right, Sam, thank you. We did mention we have team coverage. Eric Halperin spoke with an employee who was inside when all of this happened in an interview you will only see on 4. And Eric, certainly some terrifying moments.
Jen, as you can imagine, it has been a tough few days for the employees who were there during the shooting. The man I spoke to says it's going to be challenging for many of those workers to go back to work. Chase Lasco tells me he works in the maintenance department at the KDC1 warehouse in New Albany. According to Lasco, his department neighbors the production floor where the shooting was. With all the noise of the facility, he did not hear the shots. However, he says a woman started frantically banging on the maintenance shop's door. That's when he knew something was wrong. Lasco is a Marine Corps veteran and at first wasn't sure exactly what was going on, but he says he and a couple others from maintenance then started helping get people into the shop.
What kicked in for you in that moment?
Just get to safety, get people to safety. Not knowing exactly where, the assailant was at that time, not knowing what all was happening. You hear shooter and you don't know, what does he have, where is he at? So the first thing that came to my mind was just to get people into the shop, try and get people to safety.
And Lasco estimates they got more than 50 people into the shop. He says he knows many of the employees there and wanted to do whatever he could to help. Local for you, I'm Eric Halperin, NBC4.
All right, Eric, thank you. And of course, NBC4 has been bringing you the latest on this tragedy since Tuesday night. Our full reporting can be found anytime at NBC4i.com.